reason why we're here today breaks my heart. Today at 11 o'clock in the morning, after weeks and weeks of speculation, we arrived to the reality of our nation, which is DACA has come to an end. This leaves over 800,000 undocumented youth, mainly, without protection.
DACA was not perfect. I didn't qualify for DACA. My mom didn't qualify for DACA. And sometimes it seemed that the program sent the message that some dreams were worth more than others. Regardless, I want you to realize what DACA also meant for the 800,000 people who qualified for it. It meant the difference between being able to work under the table, being exploited, between not being able to go to school, and actually having a real job, between being able to maintain one's family, being able to go to school. That's what DACA meant. It meant peace. It meant a driver's license in some states. It meant the chance at a normal life. It was the bare minimum that any presidential administration could give, yet that was enough for 800,000 people to come out of the shadows. And today, what the Trump administration is saying, which it has been saying for years now, as a campaign before, is go back to the shadows. Get out, you don't belong here. And what I hear when I hear all of you is the opposite. What I hear is not one man, not one administration, but many residents in the city I love saying, no, you know what, you belong here.
This is not what we stand for as a nation. We are a nation of morals. We are a nation that have so much more to do and give to ourselves and to the world. We as immigrants come here to be doctors, to be family people, to be parents, to be neighbors, to be co-workers, to work together to build something more. My family, my parents are both immigrants. They're gonna be deported September 29th. Why? Because ICE says they don't see enough merit for them to stay here in the US. They have been here for over 24 years, part of the system since 1995, valid social securities, paying taxes. So all this stuff about, you have to meet these certain requirements is a lie. They do not want to look at this as case by case. This is a systematic attack on all people of all nations, all statuses that are immigrants, regardless of where you may be in line. All these deferrals are a systematic attack to blind people, to have us panic and fight against each other. This is not justice. This is cruelty. This is xenophobia. This is not what America is.
You're breaking families. This is the fabric of what a community is. We want to be together. We want to share. We want to, I just want to be someone who shares normal experiences with my family. My brother, you never know, he's going to get married in a few years, and my mom's not going to see that. I've always had the dream of buying my mom and dad a house. I know many of you do. You want to give up to your parents. They sacrifice so much for you. My mom's worked hours and hours, sacrificing days and days, 80 hours a week, crying, and now she's crying every night. She doesn't eat. She's in fear. And as a son, I don't know what to do. This is not something I can control. This is something that is out of my power. But I know this is not something that's out of our power. I know we can stand against it. This is worse. This is not even making it worse.
Stand up, fight back! 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 Fight back! Fight back! Fight back! Fight back!
We're both undocumented. I mean, I have DACA, but that doesn't really mean anything anymore. He filed it when I was applying as well, and he has yet to hear back. And that just shows you some of the incongruities of the way that the system worked, right? And all my life, I just wanted to grow up and be a normal kid, be able to do normal things that normal people could do. And after today, that dream has been cut a little short again. But seeing all of you here really gives me hope for what's to come and all the work we have to do. So without further ado, here's my brother Carlos.
First of all, thank you so much all for being here. As an undocumented student at Yale, that's, it's my first year here at Yale, it's my first year. And to see the support already is just amazing. Before I go any further into this, I just want to say that despite my status as being undocumented, I want to recognize there are certain privileges that I have. First and foremost, I am a male, so I do have that that privilege. There's many, DACA recipients that were female, even though they got that work permit, they were still being paid as half as much as a man. And to me, that's just something I need to acknowledge before I go any further. And another thing I want to acknowledge as well is that I am at a city and an institution where all the officials have been said that this is a sanctuary city and campus, and I know other people in similar situations can't have that security and peace of mind to say that there's people here that are going to support them. So seeing you guys here is really, really, really awesome, and I thank you so much for it. So a little bit about myself. I am originally from Mexico. I was born in a city called Irapuato, Guanajuato, and I was brought to the U.S. at 6 months old. So really, even though I am from Mexico, the only place I really consider home is the United States. I was basically raised here. I was told to be I was pledged to the same flag as all of you here. I literally know no other place at home than the United States. And to have this news break out today and tell me, you know what, you might have to go back to the place that you never knew, and the people that you may never, go to a place where literally a land of strangers. To me, that's probably the most frightening thing. And as my brother mentioned, I did file DACA and I haven't heard back. And now our entire life is in the hands of a couple of people that are going to decide what to do with that information. Do they give these people, maybe 2 years of work permits, or do they literally use that information to target people? That's the real frightening thing about this whole situation here today. It's that we don't know what's going on. But there's one thing we do know is that we won't let it happen, and that's definitely why we're all here, because we want to stand up against injustice, lack of morality, and really just to support our fellow brothers and sisters that really are the same as us. That one piece of paper doesn't show who you are as a person. It doesn't define your humanity. That's really what we're here for.
My people, my country, my land, my culture would never, ever turn its back on someone in need. But we, as a people, cannot let Donald Trump or Jeff Sessions or anybody tell us what our community is going to be and what it's going to look like.
I'm a native Trinidadian. I came here undocumented. I have had my fares. I am now legal, as legal can be. But I want you to think about something. What would America be like without immigrants? Would it be America? Would we all be standing here? Why is this being done, and why is this being done now?
White supremacy.
There you go.
I will not let one more person in my hometown be deported. When the ICE vans come, I will stand in front of them. I will put my body on the line to defend my community.